Good morning. Good morning. Hey, hello everyone. We're back. I just felt like doing another stream this morning. We did one yesterday. I really liked it. I I kind of messed around a little bit, but it was good streaming again. So here we are once more. Good morning. Hey, Beas. Hello, Samuel, and everyone else who's joining. Super nice that you're here. We're gonna do some more coding. There's one question I have. So yesterday, some people experienced some. Well, I guess all people experienced some performance issues on the stream, some stuttering. I contacted StreamYard. They're looking into it. I made some changes here. Not sure if it will make any difference, but if you run into like any problems, let me know in chat, right? Um, and with all of that being said, let's just dive into some code. I really want to get into it. Here's the problem we want to solve today. So this is Tempest, by the way. I'm just mentioning it very quickly at the start of this stream. It's a framework we're building here on stream. You can check out the link to the repository in the description. It's open source. You can help out if you want to. Do give it a star if you're there. I would appreciate that. And we're working on the problem of packages today. So here's the thing. You want Tempest to be able to support third-party packages, right? And they have to be discovered in some way. Whenever you composer install or composer require a package in your application, you want Tempest to know about it. And the way Laravel does that, for example, is by using service providers, and Laravel will automatically register service providers in a big config file. It does so on Composer install or with Composer require hooks. I'm not sure exactly about the details. And service providers are like the entry point for your like package or code that you're writing. There are many service providers in Laravel, and one of the goals of Tempest is to have as little config as possible. You want to be able to focus on the code and not necessarily on configuration around it. I just want to, when I create a Tempest package, I want to immediately start coding, right? So how do we do that? There are several ways to tackle it. I did experiment a bit before going on stream today, and I'm still not sure whether I found like the perfect solution, but I think we're getting close to a solution that might work for a version 1, right? So let me show you what's available now. One of the things we need is we need to know the namespace of a package and the root path. So, for example, my Tempest package here is a class. It implements a package, and we're going to refactor this because I really dislike the solution. It has a method getPath, which will always be the dir, because that's where that this Tempest package class will probably always live within the root of your source directory. It has a namespace, which is defined here as well. We can discover that namespace without having to define it, and it gives a list of discovery classes. And the thing with discovery classes, I did explain this a bit yesterday, and we actually wrote a discovery class for the event bus. Discovery classes are classes that get all the files in your project, all the PHP classes actually, and each discovery class can decide whether it should do something with those files. So Tempest will boot up and it will get a directory listing of basically everything. I'm sorry for my cough, by the way. I explained it yesterday as well. It will get a list of all PHP classes in your source directory, but also in your app directory, and of all the vendor packages, but we still need to write that code. And it will scan, well, it will pass all those files to all discovery classes, and each discovery class is there to discover one specific thing. Like, for example, the route discovery class will check whether a class has methods in it which have the route attribute, and if that's the case, then it means we're dealing with a controller method, and we'll add that method to our route config. Same for console commands, the same for the event bus, command bus. And the thing is, these config classes, they get cached, so there's very little overhead. And even if you don't cache them with lots of files, PHP reflection is super fast these days, and it works pretty well. So that discovery is working very well, but we need something before discovery. We need to discover packages and potential discovery classes within them, right? Okay, so there are two steps to this. This is the Tempest file, like the console file. This is the entry point for the Tempest console. And you can see we boot Tempest here. We give it a config object. We ask for the console application. There's also the HTTP application, and we run it. And underneath, we'll create an instance of the kernel. And the kernel is like the place where these kind of things happen, right? It's the core of the framework, and it boots everything up and registers everything in the container. Okay, this is what it looks like today, right? Let's check out my packages branch here, and I wanna refactor this this code a little bit, and this is where I'm at right now. So a little bit differently, create app config is callable now. That has to do with loading environment variables, and then I still plan on refactoring this. But what's the most important here is in kernel. Let's take a look. We have this method here. So we call kernel init, which is, it boots everything, right? And it does a couple of things. It initializes the container, which is everything happens through the container, basically. Then it will initialize packages, which is what we're building today. It will initialize config values, and it will then initialize all discovery classes. And just to show you what I have explained, we'll loop over each discovery class. We'll check whether it has a cached version and whether we should use it or not. And then we'll loop over all discovery locations. And for example, a location could be the app directory or the source directory or a third-party package. And these discovery locations, they... discovery location. Why? That's weird. I should probably run composer install. Yeah, okay, that fixed it. These locations, they are just a combination of namespace and path. And if we have the namespace of a given directory and if we have the path of a given directory, we can basically autoload or discover everything within that directory, right? So packages or discovery locations, they are like the first step. They happen before discovery. We need a list of which folders to discover, basically. That's what we want to do. So yeah, for the first iteration was to have like this manual configuration. You saw that in the main branch. Let's go back real quick here. You saw that here. You can list packages, and these classes had this information here. Discovery classes as well. I don't really like this solution. It's like it's configuration, right? And you have to add your list of packages somewhere, and I really don't like it. It's too much work, too much hassle. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to use Composer as like a way to determine what's available to us and what's not. So Composer has this autoload PSR4 file, which is a big list of all namespaces in your project. Well, actually, the root namespaces, right? So it's not a huge list. It's in this case, it's short of 50 root namespaces. Every one of these namespaces is basically an installed dependency, right? And we can loop over those installed dependencies, and we can we get the path to them for free. So basically, we needed namespaces, root namespaces, and paths that map to it. We have this mapping here, so that's pretty cool. If you look at here, we require this file. I'll have to add some like checks whether this file is actually present and throw some exceptions if not. So we'll loop over all the entries there. So a combination of namespace path. And right now I have it configured that whenever the namespace is app, source, or Tempest, these are, let's say, hard-coded conventions, we'll autoload them. or add them to the discovery locations better. So Tempest is like the namespace of the framework itself. It's in a vendor package. Source and app are like the two namespaces that can be used depending on whether you prefer app or source as your project namespace, so to speak. I figured I'd support both. But this is of course hard coded, right? It's not really good enough. We also need third-party packages. So the plan here is to loop over all, like over this whole list. We're already doing that, and check. And this is a question. I'm not sure how to do this yet. Check whether a package, a root namespace, is a Tempest dependency, and if so, add it to the list of packages we want to discover, to the list of locations we want to discover. So now we need a way to determine whether any package in our vendor folder here is a Tempest package. So how do we do that? There are several ways to do it. Like, for example, you could, I don't really have an example here, but you could check for the composer dependencies of this package, right? You could parse composer JSON and you can check whether Tempest is a dependency of this package. And if so, then it means chances are high that this is a package that should be discovered. I don't really like that because it requires us parsing composer JSON files, right? And we can cache that, but it's rather complex. I would much rather be able to rely on PHP itself. So another idea I have is to let's say this app folder here is a package. It will work exactly the same. So let's remove this app package file because we don't need it. So yeah, how will we determine whether this code here is a Tempest package or not? I consider it something like adding a file, just I don't know, Tempest.json, and if this file exists, then it's a Tempest package. I considered another idea I had. Let's open up Composer here. We can add metadata here, right, in Composer JSON. I don't know the exact syntax, but yeah, we can add something like this Tempest package. Again, then we should parse JSON, which isn't really convenient. Yeah, we don't want to do that. So yeah, I don't know. I think the best idea I had up until this point is to say that every folder that has a class that implements our package interface, right? If there's a class here, I'm sorry, I'm thinking a lot, but app package, right, implements. So basically the file we had here implements package, but right now package is just an empty interface. So if this class exists, then it means it's a Tempest package. I think that makes the most sense. I think so. The downside is that it's an empty class. I don't know. Because we don't need any configuration here. We'll be able to detect the namespace. We'll be able to detect the path because we already know the path. And discoveries we can detect as well. So we don't really need like anything here, which kind of feels, I don't know, a bit weird. But at the same time, I think it will be the best solution because this means we can rely on Composer's autoloader to do like the heavy lifting for us, and like not have to be worried about parsing JSON files. So yeah, I feel like this is the way I want to explore. It would be like the 5th iteration of packages already, so we can always throw it away afterwards. Yeah, and see where it leads us, basically. It would also mean, by the way, that if we add this pattern here, we could get rid of this part because we would simply add app package. Well, maybe not. Let's let's keep this part for now because I don't want to be bothered with adding manual app and source packages whenever I create a project, basically. So okay, let's try to get this to work, right? Let's say I'm gonna do something very weird. I'm gonna create like a a manual vendor. No, that's not gonna work because it needs to be listed in my auto load here. So I might as well require dev Tempest package. I think dev main. I think that will work or not. Let's actually check. I have like this. Oh, I never registered it on Packagist. Let's do that. Let's do that because it will be useful to have something to actually work with here. So Tempest package. Yeah, this is just an empty project basically for creating a package. By the way, Aiden is asking a question here. Will Tempest support commands controllers in vendor? Or yes, definitely. Because like if we have a discovery location for a package, that's just another folder that Tempest will fully discover, basically. So whether there are roots there or console commands, they'll get automatically discovered for you. You don't have to do any configuration there. Yeah, I'm thinking how we can actually, you know what? Let's treat our own source code as a package for now. That will be better. So we have our Tempest package file here. It implements package and it shouldn't really do anything. We'll get rid of Tempest here as the hard-coded value. And then let's take a look. Let's just dump out our namespaces here so that you know what we're dealing with. Let's run Tempest. Okay, and here they are. Let's actually, I'm gonna create a new run configuration here. It's just, where is it? PHP script. Tempest. And it's over here, Tempest open. Yeah, okay, now I can use my key bindings to rerun it. That's a bit more easy. Okay, let's check here. So these are all the namespaces, and here is our Tempest namespace, and Tempest has a class in source root that implements this package. So now we need some way to find this class. And well, you can give it any name you want, right? It should implement the package interface. Or we could say it should always be called package, just like that. But that's kind of weird as well. So we'll need to find this class, basically. So that shouldn't be too hard. Let's get all PHP files within this folder, within the source folder. And that's an easy glob. So files to scan is glob, and then I'll use path here. That's a helper function I used. It takes care of double dashes and stuff like that. So so we have the path, and we'll search for source, and then all PHP files within source. I think that should give a must be type string array given. Oh yeah, path is actually an array, weirdly enough. Okay, so if files to scan is an empty array, we'll just continue, right? Call to undefined method. Okay, so we never come here, so that means my glob pattern is wrong. Let's take a look here at what our path looks like. Tempest framework vendor. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, well, it is scanning. It should be scanning. Oh, it already contains source, of course, because that's configured in the namespace, right? Okay, here is our DD. Perfect. So these are all the classes let's that we got from our glob function here, and these are the ones in lib phone number, blah blah blah. So we should yeah, we're in our loop, right? So we'll have to, by the way, we'll cache all of this, so don't worry about performance too much. Yeah, we'll need to loop over these classes, I guess, but we have the file names, which isn't, it's not super convenient. See, it would be much more convenient to not have to rely on this and just say if file exists, if class exists like this, and say namespace and then package, Tempest package, if I can write it correctly. Something like this. It's actually, right? If this class exists, of course it won't, but then I actually might do this for now because it's super convenient. If class exists, then we'll add a new discovery location namespace and path. Yeah, let's do path is path 0. And that's a bit easier. Okay, and now let's check our discovery locations. I would expect Tempest to be added here. In this case, discovery locations like this. So we have app and we have Tempest, exactly. So yeah, this is by far the easiest way to approach it, and it would mean that every package would just need an empty class, Tempest package, like this. Which it sucks. It really sucks. I wish there was a better solution. Maybe it's better to check for a file. Maybe it is to have like .tempest or something. It wouldn't contain anything. I'm really conflicted about this. I really am. It could support both, right? If isFile, someone told me last stream that isFile is better for performance. If isFile and then we have path and .tempest. Oh, we can just add this in the same. We can. Let's clean this up. Let's clean it up. So if the namespace is app or source, or if the class Tempest package exists, or if .tempest exists as a file, we'll. Oh, I removed. We'll say this app config discovery locations equals new discovery location. We'll say namespace and path like so. Let's rerun this. We still have the same here, but now let's say we remove app. Yeah, okay, it won't end up here anymore. Let's add Tempest. And now app is here. Okay, so that works. By the way, someone commented on yesterday's stream about how I should do TDD, and they are totally right. And I just want to mention that doing things on stream is very different than just sitting down and code, because I try to explain everything, right? And yeah, it's a very different mindset. I can't write proper tests and explain my train of thought all within like a limited amount of time. so that it stays interesting. So that's why I do things a bit differently, but I always come back after stream and I refactor stuff and things like that. This is more like the brainstorm phase, right? This is like the whiteboard phase in theory, because I'll have to admit that in some cases I do indeed never come back to it. So I want to keep app here. And the reason why is because for like project code, I just want it auto-discovered without having to add one of these two files, basically. I'm going to keep this for now. We might, yeah, we might revisit this later, but I think it's probably adding .tempest is the most convenient, actually, especially because Tempest package, it doesn't do anything, so it feels kind of yeah, not really that nice. What's this error here? So I removed, so Tempest path. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, so now it's only app, and when I add .tempest, Tempest, and now it's both. Okay. I think this is fine. Yeah, this doesn't work yet, but that's the second problem to solve. I think I'm gonna keep it like this for now. I think I'm happy enough with it. We might change the file name, but that's a very minor detail. We might still add some like extra checks here and not rely on a hard-coded name. The reason I'm not doing that is because it's so much overhead. And remember, we are like looping over this. We're gonna cache it, but you still want it to be as fast as possible, right? So I would prefer, I do prefer this approach over like having to initialize a reflection class for every class in the root namespace, right? That doesn't really feel very nice, basically. Okay, so but let's move to our second problem here, because now we have our list of packages, but we still need to find their discovery classes, right? So and there used to be this. Sorry, I'm thinking while I'm trying to speak here, but there used to be this. Let's go to interface here. In our package interface, which I'm going to remove now, there used to be this method, the public get discovery, which would return an array of classes, but we can automatically discover those classes, so we don't really need any discovery here. I wonder if we can use a discovery class to discover all other discovery classes, which in theory it is possible, because now we do get discoveries here, right? But if we go to app config, let's add a public array discovery classes, right? Which contain an instance of discovery classes like this. Okay. Yeah, good. So instead of getting our discoveries here, we'll need to do something like this. So discoveries is this app config. Oh, I called it discovery classes. Classed. Oh, rename classes. Discovery classes, right? It's an array. It will be an array. So while not so while discovery classes aren't empty, we'll do something. So instead of this for each loop here, Right, and my thinking is that, but this doesn't work. This doesn't work. This will be pretty exotic code here. Let's do it like this, or let's try to do it like this. So let's say reset this app config discovery classes. Does that work? Yeah, okay. So we'll reset returns the array pointer to the very beginning, while discovery class equals next. Like this, okay. And the idea is, why doesn't this work? Discovery class. Go away. I don't know why it says that discovery class. Well, we'll come back to this. So the idea is that our very first discovery class, it will actually change this array and append new items, but I don't know whether it will work or not. And we should actually say current, and then at the very end, let's see, should say next. This app config discovery locations. Okay, so let's add a discovery class. I don't know what I should call it, but discovery. I'm just gonna call it discovery, and we'll like discovery, and we'll find out a better name later. So implements discovery here. Good. So caching stuff has cache. Let's always return false here for now. And let's dump out our class. Okay. Now, in our app config, so the very first discovery class should be new discovery. Okay, this is the first one. And what this is gonna do is append items to this array, and we're looping over this array, and I hope it will work. Okay? So let's try it out. Yeah, let's just run this. Let's see where it fails, because it will. So uncop type error container must be of string. Okay, so I don't have to wrap this. That's very fine. Or maybe I should actually. No. I want auto completion here. Discovery, like so. Perfect. Okay, so here we are in our discovery class, and we want to know whether it implements the discovery interface, right? So let's add private. Actually, no. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm jumping all over the place, but we do need our container call here, because we need auto wiring, which means in our app config, we don't want an array of discovery, but we want an array of class string. Yeah, let's just do it like this. So I can add some generics there for better static analysis, but this works for now. Okay, so discovery class, let's do it like this. Perfect. Okay, we have an error here, but that's fine. We'll inject app config here, which is the object we want to like dynamically add stuff to. I hope I'm still making sense here. And let's say, so if not class implements interface, and we'll say discovery class will return. Otherwise, we append to app config. This app config discovery locations equals new discovery location, and I think So for the namespace, we can say class get namespace, namespace name, I guess. For the path, I hope we can do class get path, class get location, get path, get file name. Would that work? I don't know. Let's dump it out here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and we need to filter out if class is interface, if not instantiable, or if it doesn't implement the discovery interface. Okay, let's rerun this, and now we have our event bus discovery. This is gonna work. I hope so. I hope it will. Okay, let's run. Let's run. Okay, recursive directory iterator. This is within our event bus discovery, so that means we're already in our we're doing our loop. Hang on a second. Will this work? Will this work? We should. No, we shouldn't do this. We should do discovery classes. Of course, it's even easier. I'm totally wrong here. It's get name. Yeah, this is the right name, right? Yeah. Okay. Oh, it's an infinite loop because we're adding this discovery thing, or if class instance. Can I do it like this? Uh-oh. Aiden is thinking here as well. You need to dir name that file name to our directory, I think. Well, no, because we're not using the file name anymore. Let's take a look here. We're going through our first discovery class, right? Which is this one. And we'll dump out this app config discovery classes. Yeah, okay, stop. Okay, this is helpful. So one thing we know for sure is that this, it works. Like the thing I'm trying to do with like my array here and dynamically adding things to it and increasing the while. Hang on a second. So maybe this doesn't work. Let's say current. And let's remove this dump here. But I'm of course doing entirely the wrong thing here. I should do this. Discovery classes. And say next. Oh! It works. Okay, that's it. Yep. I didn't expect it to work. Cool. So let me check something here. So this get discovery method, it should be removed because that doesn't work anymore. But the only thing we're using it for is in this cache clear command. So what we can do is here app config instead. App config. Let's get rid of this. And let's say discovery classes. Now we can just loop here this app config discovery classes. Okay, so let's do Tempest clear, and it cleared. Oh, okay, yeah. That's in the cache clear command, right? Discovery destroy cache. Oh, I need to. Can I do this still? Is this allowed? I will do it. Like the silent, the error silence operator or whatever it's called. Destroy cache. So that we don't get these warnings whenever the file doesn't exist. Okay, so Tempest. And we have our cache files here now. All of them or not? Let's reload all from disk. Okay, I don't know why. I guess it'll be fine. Clear, and cache files should be gone. Okay, cool. Yeah, I like this. So making a Tempest package now. Let's actually try that out. Right, I'm gonna commit this. Ooh, let's get this out of the way. At discovery. And let's switch back to main and merge packages, right? Yeah, merge. Push. Like so. Okay. By the way, people who are watching, is like the FPS rate better? Could you let me know in chat? That would be nice. Just a slight intermezzo here. Okay, let's build a clean Tempest package. Okay. How should we do that? Because we need a couple of dependencies, of course. But okay, let's do this. We're gonna create a new project. Composer create project Tempest. So I'm gonna create a Tempest app, right? It's called my app. I already have it. My app. So, and it's cloning Tempest. I hope from the latest versions. CD my app. Now there will be an issue here. Let's open it up. Let's say my app. Where is it? Open and let's attach it for now. There will be an issue here. I think namely that this won't work. Nah, but that was to be expected because I still need to. Yeah, this is still running the old. This is the one I need. This is still running the old Tempest config. Okay, now I'm missing my env file. It's all fine. Oh, pressing the wrong buttons. Okay. So this is my Tempest app, and it works, right? By the way, this is how much setup you need for a Tempest app. I'll need to fix that the broken Tempest here and the broken public file as well. Let's copy this one here as well, just for good measure. Okay. So this is our app, and we're gonna create another. Should we call it app? No, it's gonna be a package. It's gonna be an empty folder for now. So let's say make dir Tempest. Let's say my package. Okay, and we'll say composer init. That's it. Like that, and let's open it as well. Dev here, where is it? My package. Attach, please. Okay, so this is my package. It contains absolutely nothing, right? Let's say my, as a namespace. It maps to source. And you've all seen my email address now, which is totally fine. Okay, so my package, right? We're going, in my app, we're going to add a symlink in our composer JSON here because, what is it called? Repositories, and then we'll say type is, what was it called? File, I think? No. Path, it's path. And then we'll say URL. We'll say this Tempest package, no, my package, and then we'll say symlink true. So in my app, if I require my package, it should composer require. It should of course not work because because JSON is basically stupid. I could not find a version of my package matching. Oh yeah. Let's just say def. Would that work? No. Let's just add minimum stability alpha. Okay, what should I write if I composer minimal or def? Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's it. Okay, so we have a reference to my package now. So in my app, there's a my package, which is a symlink, which is useful because now I can just work here. Okay, let's add a console command, right? In our package package thingy. Let's say my console command. Let's call invoke. Oh, and let's add the console console. That should be an interface, right? No? Oh, my console interface is gone. Hang on, console. This one. Let's use console output for now. I'll have to find that out as well. Output. Like so. So this is our package code, right? Let's say this output success hello. And we'll say this is a console command with a name my. Okay. So if we run Tempest now, nothing happens because we don't yet have our .tempest. So and if everything went right, now my command should end up here. And it didn't. Oh, that's very sad. So now we have to debug. Okay, so what I want to do is have a way to actually know which discovery locations are available. So I'm going to add a framework console here. Discovery status command. Come up with a better name. We'll do exactly the same here. So invoke, it's a console command. Sorry for that. Discovery. But this won't work either because I'll need to symlink some more stuff. Hang on. So in my app, composer JSON, repositories, my package, and I also want Tempest to be symlinked. Tempest framework. Let's do composer up. And symlinking. Yeah, so if we run if we run our console now, discovery, there it is. Discovery. Yeah, good. Doesn't do anything, that's fine. Let's go back to our discovery status command. Let's call it status. And what we'll inject here is private. Can I access console here? No, that's so weird. Console output and private app config. And let's go to our clear command, cache clear command. Just want to write some stuff here, right? Let's move. Let's do this. This output success, implode, blah, 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 discovery class. Let's get rid of all of this. Okay, command discovery status. Okay, and now we have a list of all registered discovery classes, and let's also say locations as discovery. Oh, it was their location. Class like this, and then we say this output right line. Oh yeah, discovery location. We need discovery location get path. Okay, so these are the folders we're discovering, and these are the discovery classes that are registered, right? And what we see here is that my app vendor Tempest framework source is getting discovered, but my package, which should be my package.tempest, but it's not in source. That's the problem. Yeah, okay, it's getting, okay. So Tempest should be in source. That sucks. Oh, my face is in the wrong place, folks. I'm so sorry. There we are. I'm such a streamer noob. Yeah, okay. So let me do that again. So my package gets discovered now, but there is some cannot redeclare my class, my console, because the name is already in use, because what I'm doing here in my console command, and this happens in the kernel, of course. Actually, I still need to add like a verbose thing here, but let's go to console application and let's throw this error. Oh, it is. Oh, it's just a fatal error. I'm just thinking where I'm requiring it, but it's where am I? I'm requiring this. It's gonna be in console discovery. Let's check this. Do we end up here? No. Oh, this is always fun, this part. Let's start from the beginning. Okay, so we can initialize our container, can initialize our package, config and then I guess it will break. Yeah, okay, so it's in while running discovery. Okay, we're getting there. So this is our loop. Let's dump it out. Okay, migration discovery. Does it run to the end? Okay, I'm a little scared of having 3 times my discovery class there. Which means discovery. Great naming, right? Great naming. Class get name. Let's do it like this. Hi. Command bus, console, migration route, event bus. No, this is fine. Why do we end up with 3 times? I know why. Because I have... Do I know why? No, I don't know why. Yeah, okay. I guess it's time for for what all of us hate to do. Let's press the debug button. That's the wrong. It's current file debug. Oh, it just doesn't work. But I actually don't know if it's no, xdebug isn't enabled. Let's just let's do it like this. Open. Oh, didn't. That's stupid. Copy. Xdebug. This is so. This is sudo nano. I don't know why, but for some reason, huh? I need sudo rights to do this. Okay. So let's check. Okay, xdebug is enabled. Good. Let's. Okay, here we are. It works, folks. Yeah. So let's check here. App config, discovery classes, right? And this one we want to add a watch for. Oh, never mind. Let's just run again. Why didn't... I actually never added watches. App config. Let's do it like this. This app config? No, I'm a total noob. Oh, it works. Edit. Discovery classes, right? Yeah. Okay, let's rerun. It's... Oh, it's... Let's do the next one. Okay, so our discovery worked. We have all the discovery classes we need. And let's let's check here the I actually have my breakpoint in the wrong place. Should be here. Rerun. Okay. Next. Good. Good. This is good. These are all the ones we need. And the current discovery class, let's check, is still discovery. Okay, so this is actually the issue. We have, it's calling this class multiple times. Why is that? Let's check here. Here, this is where I want a breakpoint. Let's rerun. Next breakpoint. Yes. Okay, so we have our... So you know what I think what happens? Whenever you add... What? Aiden is telling me my next is at the end of my for each, but that isn't the case. No. Oh! Let's rerun. Okay. Next. And discovery. No. Well, let's close all of this. Okay, yeah, that was definitely a bug, but it still doesn't do much, right? Okay. Let's go through it once again. So this is the first step. I should have known that this was a bad idea. Should have known it. Okay, so next iteration, we have our full array of discovery classes registered, right? And if we now step over, our current discovery is... Oh, it is correct. It is correct now. Okay. Yeah, okay. Good, let's... Oh, no, I should have pressed the other button. Okay, so let's rerun. One iteration is done now, and our discovery class... Actually, let's add a watch here. Discovery class. Okay, now it's event bus discovery. That makes more sense. Step over. Okay. If it's caching, that's not what we're doing. For each, we're gonna loop over all locations, right? Which is what we'll do. We have a bunch of files now. Let's check these files. Oh, that's an iterator. I can't really check them. But file name, yeah, sure. Because file name, okay, perfect. Let's add actually. Let's rerun through. Okay, no, so this is where it happens. Okay. Reflection class name, migration manager, migration, SQLite driver, MySQL driver. Yes. Query, table builder, blah, blah, blah. It's loading everything. Well, there are a lot of classes, of course. Let's, can I do this? Run to cursor. Yeah, no. Adrian, hello, what are we doing? Everyone's watching me in pain at the moment. That's what we're doing. We're debugging something, an issue that happens because I decided to do a very weird thing, and I'm starting to wonder whether I should like get rid of my weird thing, or whether I should try to fix it. No, but this is nice. This is nice. I really appreciate everyone being here at the moment. You just watching me in pain. Okay, so my guess is, by the way, this is the line where it's breaking. Let's run. Okay. So that's in our event. So here it works. Now we have our event bus discovery, and then it breaks. Okay, so here it works. Here it still works, of course. So whatever I'm saying, it doesn't matter. It's wrong. Okay. People are thinking, is your iterating hitting the... Oh, why doesn't this work? Okay, is your iterator hitting the dot folder? You might need to add not is dot. For some reason, okay. You mean over here? I do check for this. So I'm not sure whether that might be a problem. But you know, the thing is, I would I would just like, but there's some more input here, and I would like to know where this this problem happens actually. There's more input here now because I have Xdebug enabled. Tempest 20, 91, and then init discovery, sure. 5 is reflection class constructs. So it's happening in that reflection class in kernel line. It's happening exactly where I thought it was happening. But I don't understand why it's happening with this specific class here, because it's definitely not the first one. Dump the file name. I don't know where. So I guess if I do this, dump class name. Okay, it dumps a bunch of stuff here. It breaks on my console command. Oh, .tempest should be. So hang on. Let's yeah, look, it's loaded twice. But doesn't it happen? It seems to happen with everything, which isn't, it's not right. Well, no, it is right, because we're doing that for we're doing that for every we're in a loop here, right? So for every discovery, we like rebuild our full list of files, which is what we need. I can dump out the path name here. But I mean that will be the same. We're in our loop here. I don't really understand why it's trying to, like, it should go through Composer's autoloader, right? It should detect that it's autoloaded already. I mean, I'm not doing anything weird here. I mean, if this is the line where it's breaking, I mean, you should be able to do this and be fine. And in hindsight, so when I'm watching this stream back and making a highlight of it, it will be so obvious. I know that already, but no, but so yeah, see, it's happening in the autoloader here. Well, stuff is happening in Composer's autoloader. So we're constructing this reflection class, right? My command. Composer is doing load class, my command, and calling the autoloader, which I guess, and including it, which it shouldn't do because my console command has already been included in the previous iteration, right? That's the problem. I have no idea why that's the problem. Hang on a second. No, that's fine. Which would imply that the first time like during the first iteration with the first discovery class, we didn't Yeah, that's a weird one. That's very weird. So should I go debug Composer's autoloader now? It's definitely an issue at my side, but okay. So Aiden is thinking it's picking it up from two places. Oh, okay, I understand. Maybe it's because of the symlink stuff, you mean? I can just output .txt. That's much more convenient. Oh no, it doesn't output. Okay, doesn't work. Let's. There probably is a better way to do this. Just do it like this. Get this out of the way. So my console command, right? It's this and this. So exactly the same path. Yeah, that's the okay. My yeah. I'm sorry. But no, it's the same path. So we don't really know. So that's interesting, right? That it's happening with this very specific my package class here. Right? That's interesting. It is. So my guess would be that I somehow, I don't know, maybe forgot a namespace or something. Could that be it? So anyway, just let's cut the last half hour And this is actually, why didn't PHP Storm generate my namespace? I don't know. Hang on a second. Let's and now it does. Okay. Anyway, look, first try. My command is here in the package. You can now catch such an error though. Yes, exactly. And that's exactly what I want to do. I don't know. Let's see. It's a fatal error though. So let's no, yeah, I can't catch it. I'm already catching it. Which probably isn't a good thing here, but okay, let's just keep it like this. I'm gonna rewatch this live stream. And you know what I find interesting is that the more I struggle, the more people are coming into the stream. So apparently you really do like this. Anyway, let's recap what we did. No, because this is pretty cool, right? Let's forget the past half hour. But this is pretty cool. We have an application, a Tempest application. I had to fix my file here, but I'll have to do that in the repository still. And we required a dependency. Where's my composer JSON here? A dependency on where's my package, right? Which is symlinked here, but that's all fine. And this one, it doesn't even have a dependency on yeah, that doesn't make sense. It should actually require Tempest. And the reason it works is because I have the same project here. I have it included in my project, but let's actually do composer require Tempest framework. Oh, my keyboard isn't. Okay, again, composer require Tempest framework dev main. Yeah, so this should be here. Let's check whether, no, we're in the wrong console here, but here, okay, it still works. This is pretty cool, by the way, because within my package you have a Tempest install available. You still need a way to actually publish the Tempest binary here. But you can run my package as a Tempest, as a standalone Tempest application to test it and work on it. So that's pretty cool. So and Aiden, you is telling me that this might be my discovery. The way to discover whether a package is a Tempest package or not. And I did mention this at the very start of the stream, Aiden. The problem is that then you have to parse JSON files, like for every composer dependency. And I'm a little scared of doing that because parsing JSON isn't cheap. But we need to find a better way. I mean, I agree that adding a .tempest file here isn't ideal, and adding a package class, an empty package class, isn't ideal. So we need to find a better way. And I agree, composer JSON would be amazing, but then I'm sorry, then we would maybe composer has this data loaded somewhere in memory. So yeah. That's something for off stream. Okay. Let's I'm watching the comments here. And you're telling me that this is the only watching me suffer is the only reason you watch. I really appreciate that. I need to drink something. No, but this was fun. This will go into the Internet Archives as one of the many struggles we had in the early days of Tempest. But when it's a big and popular package framework, we'll see who's laughing then. So and Mokosh here is right. It's super educational. It's also a bit anticlimactic, right? Just not having a namespace there. So yeah, let's check the latest comments here. Thank you for your kind words, Shimat, I guess. Adrian is maybe caching Tempest into PHP file, just like Laravel caches.env into coding files. Yeah, but we still, I mean, caching, I'll add caching. That's not a problem. We'll just cache app config. It's just that from a package developer's point of view, this is adding this Tempest file. It's ugly. You don't want to do that. And the best way is this. Is if this is present here, this is a Tempest package. That makes the most sense. Maybe I'm making too big a deal out of it. Maybe it's not that bad to parse a couple hundred JSON files, because how many dependencies do we have? Well, nested dependencies, quite a lot actually. I don't know. Laravel uses the extra Laravel stuff to assign stuff. Extra Laravel. Yeah, right, in Composer JSON. Yeah. So what Laravel does is this extra, and then I don't know the syntax here, but it would still require like parsing the composer file, I guess. Oh, Aiden's telling me that Laravel does exactly that, and that PHP is fast, and maybe I shouldn't make such a big deal out of it. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna refactor it. I'm going to make to check whether this is actually. Let's do that still. Do we have some time? We still have some time. Let's do it. Right? You thought the stream was ending, right? You're wrong. Let's go to our kernel here. And oh, it's been such a long time since I've been here. I forgot where init packages. I should rename this init discovery locations. That's better. Okay, so this is our check. We're gonna get rid of it, except for source and app, because I want source and app to be automatically discovered. I want that because I want zero config. It would work with source and app, I guess. And let's keep it like this for now. So we have our path. Okay, we have our path. It's the source path. So let's say path like this. And then composer JSON, right? Path 0. So this should be a valid composer JSON file. It is. Okay, cool. And then we'll say, okay, so composer is JSON decode. We'll have to do some checking here, of course. Associative array true. Composer. Okay, if it's null, file get contents. Ugh. Oh. Okay, and then we have require. So if composer require Tempest framework, if is set like this or in array, blah blah blah, then we'll do this. Should work, right? Doesn't. Can use standard class. Hang on. Is the standard class? Why didn't I say associative? Like here. It's over here. Yeah. Okay. It's gonna be fine. JSON must be of a type string, but a boolean is given. Yes, of course, because not everything will have a composer JSON file. So composer contents is this. If not, composer contents will just continue, and otherwise we'll decode it. And okay, now it'll work. No, it doesn't. Class array does not exist, and that's because we're resolving a. Let's check here. Console. Uh-oh. Oh, Aiden is giving me a good hint, by the way. I can use string contains, which is much better. If str contains composer, if composer. Oh yeah, and I know. Okay, two things at once. If string contains composer, haystack, needle, Tempest framework, like this. But now we have this here, and then we don't get this. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Let's do it like this. So if in array, like this, we'll do this. Otherwise, what's the error here? A bracket. Uh-oh, line. That's a bracket. Sure. Will it work? It works, folks. Hang on a second. There's file get contents, right? I need my super nice add operator here. This is the only. Oh, but it works. My. JSON validate. I don't think JSON validate really. Oh yeah. To check whether this. Yeah, that's a good point. But now we're using string contains, which I like even better, because then we don't have to parse any JSON at all. Now it will work. No, it doesn't. Story of my life. It works. In my case, it works. Right? This is nice. Okay, this is much better. I agree. No .tempest files. The idea was born and died right in this stream, and it's much better now. And now every package that requires Tempest framework will just be discovered when installed, right? That's pretty nice. And I do hope that you've seen, like, despite me struggling, I know you all enjoyed that, but how easy it was to like create a package and install it. There's no config here. Let's get rid of this weird Tempest .tempest file, but there's no config here. There's just a dependency on Tempest framework. You annotate it here, you install it, and it just works. And I really like that. And now I'll add a package, not Tempest framework. You know what? Let me fix that for you. Here. Done. Ha! No hacking. Like this. You know, the thing is, it doesn't matter whether this check is here or not, because it will just lead to like this still works, but you can see it gets pretty slow, right? Because now we're adding all discovery. Let's show the discovery status. I made a command for that. We're loading all our vendor classes, which with all their nested directories and files, and that makes it slow. So we do need. By the way, Aiden, you suggested doing this. I think here this is proof enough that we cannot do this. This is too slow. But if we only load packages that we know are Tempest dependencies, then we're good to go. I do see 2 times my app here. I need to debug that still. But yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. I like this solution. I like it. And I really hope you do like the simplicity of this. This is, I think, pretty cool. And everything gets discovered. Let's actually, there was this question, right? Will controllers be automatically registered here, or do you have to publish them? My controller, let's just make a thing here. The thing is, route collisions is probably something we need to think about still. So if multiple packages, or if the project define the same route, that will be yeah, might be a problem. So let's do this, and let's say Tempest serve, right? Let's open it up. Uh-oh. Let's go to my hi from the package. Hi from the package. Isn't that nice? Yeah, cool. Okay, okay. This is actually where the stream is going to conclude for real. I really appreciate that you've been here, that you've watched me struggle, and I really appreciate how no one figured out the problem. But no, we had a good time. We had a good time, and I'm really happy with the solution we come up with. So I guess that's it for today. If you're interested in Tempest, if you want to help out, let me quickly share that still. Go to this URL. It's in the description as well. Oh no, it's not this URL. It's framework, right? There are some issues here. Good first issues. Filter on those, and you have a couple things to do if you want to help out. Of course, you can check out the framework and play around with it if you want to. Leave a star on the repository, leave a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't, and then I'll see all of you next time. All right, bye bye.